everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got the final game of this three-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the A's, and it's been split one game apiece. Let's see who's going to win the rubber match here. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. Leading off for the Boston Red Sox, playing third base, Jimmy Collins. Batting second, playing second, Pete Rollins. Batting third, playing center field, Dom DiMaggio. Batting fourth, playing left field, Ted Williams. Batting fifth, playing right field, Jackie Jensen. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Vern Stevens. Batting seventh, playing first base, Buck Freeman. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Sammy White. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Red Sox is Cy Young. Take a look here now at the hometown Philadelphia A's. And we got leading off, playing shortstop, Jimmy Dykes. Batting second, playing third is Home Run Baker. Batting third, playing first base, Jimmy Fox. Batting fourth, playing left field, Al Simmons. Batting fifth, playing center field, Wally Moses. Batting sixth, playing right field, Bing Miller. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Mickey Cochran. Batting eighth, playing second base is Max Bishop. And on the mound, batting ninth for the A's is Chief Bender. Let's get down here to the stadium and get this game started. And leading off for the Red Sox is Jimmy Collins, batting .281 with one homer and two RBIs, going up against Chief Bender, his second start. He's 1-0 with a 3 ERA. And here's the first pitch to Collins. And that's going to be against the righty at 21. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field as Miller makes the catch for out number one. One up and one down here in the top of the first. He brings up Pete Rollins now. And Pete, he's batting .160. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Now it'll be out number two. Bender's first strikeout of the game. And Dom DiMaggio's up now, and he's batting .111 with no homers and one RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Bishop at second. 1, 2, 3, top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Red Sox, nothing. And the A's coming up. We have Dykes, Baker, and Fox. Jimmy Dykes is batting .143 with a homer and one RBI. And this is Cy Young's second appearance. He's 1-0 with a 2 ERA. Here's the pitch from Young. And that's going to be against a righty at 24. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Jackie Jensen makes the catch for out number one. Brings up Frank Baker now. And Baker is batting .359. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field too. So 2 fly balls to Jensen, 2 outs. It's up to Double X, Jimmy Fox. Keep this inning going, batting .278 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball, and guess where? That's correct, right field. Jackie Jensen ties a record set by many, 3 putouts in 1 inning. And we go to the top of the second, still no score. We got Williams, Jensen, and Stevenson due up here. Ted Williams hitting a cover off the ball, batting .542, folks, for 4 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chief Bender strikes out Mr. Baseball for out number one. Here's Jackie Jensen, batting .200 on the year with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Baker at third. He fires across the diamond to Fox. 2 quick outs here in the top of the second. Vern Stevens is up, batting .227 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Al Simmons calls for it, makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. To the bottom of the second we go. Simmons, Moses, and Miller. Al Simmons is off to a great start, batting .487 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. And Al hits this ball on the ground down to Buck Freeman at first. He calls off Young and makes the play for out number 1. And Wally Moses is up. Wally's batting .217, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And Ted Williams has got it for out number 2. Quick 2 outs here. Brings up Bing Miller. And Miller's batting .200 on the year. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Jensen's out there today. That's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single. That's going to be an error on Jensen. It's going to get Miller down to second, E9. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And up to the plate steps Mickey Cochran. Mickey make him pay for this error. Cochran's batting .278 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to DiMaggio. And that's going to end the inning. And the A's strand 1. We go to the top of the third. Still no score here. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Red Sox. We got Freeman, White, and Young. And Freeman is batting $118. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be hit down the second. Sorry, that's going to be hit down the second. And that's going to be an error on Bishop, an E4. And the leadoff batter's aboard here, and Freeman. So Freeman's down there at first. Nobody out for Sammy White. Sammy's batting $136. And the A's would love to see a double play. He's got no homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Sammy. And that's going to be a 21. And that's going to be popped up down the third. And Baker makes the catch out in the shallow left field for out number 1. And Cy Young comes up. He's going to try to bunt him over. So you can see the records for these teams. Boston's 3-4, 50 strikeouts, 42 walks, 17 doubles, and 1 triple. And the A's have 44 strikeouts, 40 walks, 35 doubles, and 10 triples. Cy Young's 0-2 on the season. He squares the bunt. And a 24. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be bunted. And the pitcher picks it up. Bender does. He's going to spin down, throw that ball down to second. And over to first. That's a 1-6-3 double play. Cy Young can't get the job done. That ends the inning, folks. We go to the bottom of the third. Still knotted up at nothing. We got Bishop, Bender, and then back to the top of the order in Dykes. And Max is batting $148. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be hit out the right field. Jackie Jensen makes another play out there. He's been busy today for out number 1. And here comes Chief Bender now. See if Bender can get on one here. He's batting 1,000, folks, because we don't need no stinking DH. Bender's 2-for-2 on the year. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 51 and a 15. 36 and a 15. That's going to be hit down the short. We'll need to re-roll some dice. 63. And that might be column number 2. Yep, column number 2 or no, column number 3. 2 or 3. 60, 63. And that's barely column number 3. So that'll be column number 3. What was it? Down the short. And that's going to be a foul ball. Shortstop drops it. So that'll be 1 strike on Bender. He's got another shot here, though, and you can see Kansas City's upcoming schedule. They got 2 games against the Yankees coming to town, and then they go on the road to take on the Tribe. They'll have a double hitter, it looks like, on the 30th. And that's going to be a 25. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. DiMaggio's got it. And that'll be 2 down now. Back to the top of the order, and Jimmy Dykes. See if Jimmy can get a 2-out rally started. He flew out the right field his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And White's going to make a nice play. Throws that ball down to first. And that'll be out number 3. 3 up and 3 down for the A's. So we go to the top of the 4th. We got the top of the order due up here for the Red Sox. Collins, Rollins, and DiMaggio. Jimmy's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. And this is going to be Bishop's second error of the game. Another E4 for Bishop. And again, the leadoff batter gets aboard here. And that'll bring up Rollins. And Rollins is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Pete. And that ball is going to be hit down the short. 53 and a 9. That'll be barely fielding column 2. First on an error, runner to second. So another error. The defense is letting Chief Bender down. 2 errors in this inning. That is number 3 on the game. First and second now. Nobody out. And Dom DiMaggio's up. As you can see, Boston's upcoming schedule. They'll go home to take on the Indians. And then they go on the road to take on the Yankees for 2. And then they head to Washington. So DiMaggio's up. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Or a pop-up down the second, rather. And that'll be out number 1. It's a big out. So 1 down now. And here comes the guy you don't want up if you're an A's fan, Ted Williams. Williams struck out his first time up, though. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And Collins is going to stay put because he can score easily on a single. No use trying to get thrown out. But now there's 2 down for Jackie Jensen. And Jensen's 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Miller. And Bender gets away, pitches around those 2 errors. And Red Sox leave 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still nothing. We have Baker, Fox, and Simmons due up here. Baker flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to DiMaggio in center for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Jimmy Fox, he flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a drive down the third baseline rather. Jimmy pulls that one down there, and that's going to be a 1-out double. So Fox, double X, gets a double, standing down at second. He's got a runner in scoring position now for Al Simmons. Simmons grounded out to first his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. See if Fox can tag up and make it over to third. 53 on a 2. It's probably fielding column 3. Yep. And we'll re-roll a dice here. And a 6. That'll be a 44. 23 to get in scoring position. Get down there for Moses. So 23. I think he's going to tag up here. 45 or lower. He makes it in there safely. 45 or lower. And he's thrown out tagging up. So that's a double play. F9 runner on second out. Going to third. And that ends the inning, folks. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still nothing. You got Stevenson due up, followed by Freeman and White. And Vern is 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Can it stay in the park or not? That is the question. And no, it bounces off the wall. Didn't quite get enough of it. That'll be lead off double for Stevenson. So Vern's down at second with nobody out. Runner in scoring position now for Boston as Buck Freeman steps up. He reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be popped up down the second. And that'll be out number 1. And Sammy White's up now. And Sammy's 0 for 1. He popped up to third his first time up. Yeah, 21 on a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And that's going to be thrown over to first. The runner will get down to third. Now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Cy Young to deliver here himself. Runner down at third, 2 outs. Cy Young, he grounded into the 1-6-3 double play, trying to lay down a bunt his last time up. And that's going to be hit down the short. Easy play over there for Jimmy Dykes. He throws across the diamond for out number 3. So the Red Sox strand 1 rather. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We got Moses, Miller, and Cochran due up here against Cy Young. And Wally is 0 for 1. He's got flown out to left. And that's going to be a base on balls. I believe that's the first walk by Cy Young. It is. So Moses gets aboard here. Again, the tying runs down at first now with nobody out for Bing Miller. And Miller singled and reached second on an error. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Miller out. That's Cy Young's first strikeout of the ball game. Brings up Mickey Cochran now with 1 out and a runner still down at first. Cochran flew out to DiMaggio his first time up. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And he's going to throw over to first to get the runner batter out, but the runner will get down to second. Now with 2 outs, let's see if Max Bishop can deliver here with a 2-out single, give the A's the lead. And Max flew out to right his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball to Ted Williams. He camps under it. And that'll do it. In the A's strand 1, we go to the top of the 6th. Nothing. We got the top of the order due up here for the Red Sox. Collins, Rollins, and DiMaggio. Jimmy's 0 for 2. He's flown out and reached on an error on Max. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And again, the Red Sox got the leadoff batter aboard with nobody out. And Pete Rollins is up now. Pete's 0 for 2. He struck out and he reached on an error on on Dykes his last time up. And that's going to be hit down to Dykes again. See if Dykes can make a better play this time. And he can. Nice scoop. The only play Dykes will have is over to first. The runner will get down the second now with one out. And up to the plate steps DiMaggio. And DiMaggio, he is struggling. He's 0 for 2, only batting 103 on the season. He's grounded out and popped up to second. And that's going to be a base on balls. DiMaggio walks on down to first. Anything that definitely does is sets up the double play, but you don't want this guy up, Ted Williams. Out with runners on the pads. Williams is 0 for 2. He struck out and flown out the left. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Ted with a 2-0 count. See what he does. And that's going to be a 40 team. And wild pitch a 2. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So that gets rid of the double play ball. Now you got second and third. And a 3-0 count on Williams. And I believe they're going to bring the infield in. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's going to be ball 4. He walks Williams once the bases loaded. Again, it does set up the double play. They are going to play back for the double play. Trying not to have a big inning here. There's one out. Jackie Jensen's up. He's grounded out the third and he's flown out the right. And that ball is high. That ball is blasted, folks. Let's see if it stays in the park. No, it doesn't. Jackie Jensen hits out over that left field wall, and that's a grand slam. And it is now 4-0 in a blink of an eye. The Red Sox take a 4-0 lead. All those walks, folks, they kill you. So now you got one out and nobody on for Vern Stevens. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and he's flown out the left. And that ball is hit hard. That ball is back. How far is this one going to travel? Not far enough. That one's off the wall for a double in the right field. So Vern's standing down at second and one out. And they'll have to get the bullpen up in a hurry. And Eddie Ramon is getting up. Bender was cruising through 5, and all of a sudden in the 6th inning, he's getting rocked. That brings up Buck Freeman. He's reached on an error and popped up to second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he'll look the runner back to second, fire over to first. And that'll be out number 2. And up to the plate now is Sam White. And Sam's 0 for 2. He's popped up the third and grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Simmons. But the grand slam by Jackie Jensen gives the Red Sox a 4-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Oh, cool. As Ken Castro stops in. And we got Bender, followed by Dykes and Baker. They're going to let Chief bat here. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the center. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Bender gets aboard here with a walk. See if they can start taking advantage of this. Down by 4. They need base runners. Jimmy Dykes, he's flown out the right, grounded out to the catcher. And that's going to be against the 24. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. 61. That's going to be only plays over to first. And the runner will get down to second. So Bender's down at second now with a 1 out. And Baker's up. And Baker's 0 for 2. He's flown out the right and center. And that's going to be another fly ball. And this one out to center field again. And Bender's going to stay put at second. Now there's 2 outs for Double X. He is 1 for 2 today. He's doubled and flown out to right. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Double X walks. Now Simmons is up now with first and second. As you can see, these Boston Red Sox batting average ain't that great. They're only batting a 192. On base percentage of 290, slugging of 356, and OPS of 647. Compare that to the A's. The A's are batting 290, on base percentage of 355, slugging of 514, and an OPS of 869. But the difference is 3-4 record and a 2-6 record for the Red Sox and the A's. So here's Al Simmons. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first and he flew out to right. And that's going to be against the righty. 26 on a 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Sorry, a pop-up down the second. That'll end the inning. A strand 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 4-0 Boston. We got Young, Collins, and Rollins due up here. Cy is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once to the pitcher and once to the shortstop. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 1. Back up to the top of the order, and Jimmy Collins. Collins is 1 for 3. He's flown out the right, reached on there, singled, and came around the score on that grand slam. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Bishop's got it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down, and it's up to Pete to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 3. Struck out, reached on an error on the shortstop, and grounded out to short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Fox. He's going to take it himself, step on the bag. 1, 2, 3 goes the Red Sox. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. And we got Moses, Miller, and Cochran due up, trailing 4-0. A's need to get some runs here, get back in this game. Moses is 0 for 1. He's flown out the left and walked. And that's going to be another fly ball out the left field. Williams has got this one too. That'll be out number 1. Bing Miller. He's got one of the 2 hits for the A's. He singled and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. The A's will take it. They need base runners. Brings up Mickey Cochran now with a runner down at first. Can Mickey do something here and cut this lead down? Cochran's 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a double play ball. That's tailor-made. Hit down to Vern at short. He's up with it, fires over to Pete, makes the turn, fires over to Freeman. That's the old 6-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Max Bishop. Well, that was the 3rd out. Sorry about that. That was out number 3. And we got DiMaggio, Williams, and Jensen due up here against Bender. You'd like to see him get through the 8th. He's due up 2nd in the bottom of the 8th. DiMaggio is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out the 2nd, and popped up the 2nd. Yeah, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bender strikes DiMaggio out for out number 1. And now we got Ted Williams up. Ted's 0 for 2. He struck out, flown out the left, and walked. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left again. Hits it out to his counterpart, and Simmons makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And Jackie Jensen's up now. He's 1 for 3 with that grand slam homer. And that's going to be a ground ball down the dikes. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We got Bishop, a pitch hitter for Bender, and back to Dykes. And Max is 0 for 2. He's flown out to the corners, right and left. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Fern makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll be it for Chief Bender. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit against Cy Young. And the only lefty they got is Ferris Fan. So Ferris will come off the bench. And Ferris is 0 for 2 on the season. 1 down, nobody on, and the pitch to Ferris. And that'll be a ground ball down the third. Collins is up with it. He fires over to first for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, and Dykes. Can Jimmy get a 2-out rally started? He's 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice. Once to short, once to the catcher rather, and he's flown out to right. And that's going to be another fly ball, and this one's out to right again. Jensen's got it for out number 3. The A's go down quietly in the 8th. 1, 2, 3 to the top of the 9th we go. And Ed's going to come out of the bullpen here, try to keep us a 4-run game. And this is Ed's 3rd game. He has no record. He's got a 9 ERA. He'll be facing Stevens, Freeman, and White. Vern is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles today and flown out the left. And he hits this one, squares it up. Vern's having one hell of a game here. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field off the wall for a lead-off double. So Vern's down there at second. Nobody out for Buck Freeman. Freeman's 0 for 3 today. He's reached on an error, grounded out. The short end popped up to second. Here's the pitch to Buck. And Buck squares this one up, and Ed definitely don't have the answers today. And that ball is hit into the deep center field over Moses' head. And Freeman's going to be running for a while, folks. He's headed down the third with an RBI triple. And it is now 5-0 as Ed cannot keep this a 4-run game. Now there's a runner down at third and still nobody out. They'll bring the infield in. Sammy White's up. Here's the pitch to White. And let's see here against the righty. What the heck? We got to do something. Sammy's card's wrong here. I just noticed that. Let's change this up. Give me 1 second, guys. Do a little bit of editing here. I don't know how I got Sammy so messed up. Okay. And there we go. And back to the ball game now. Sorry about that. Don't know how I had Samuel messed up on there. So against a righty, he's going to be a 20, and it was a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third with the infield in. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory. And Freeman is going to have to stay put as Baker goes in the foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. Now there's 1 down. And Cy Young at the plate here. Again, they're going to let Cy keep pitching. He's pitching a 2-hit shutout. And he's 0 for 3 today. He's grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to short, and struck out. Infield steal in. And that's going to be a hit down the short. With the infield in. 23. And they're going to get the runner trying to go home. It's going to be a 6-2 put out. So now you're going to have Young down at first, 2 outs for Jimmy Collins as they get the runner trying to make it home. Keeps this a 5-run ball game. Jimmy Collins is up now as Clinton Parks joins us. Yeah, it's almost over, unfortunately. It's 5-0. Boston over the A's. You had Jackie Jensen hit a grand slam in the 6th inning of a 0-0 game. And now Jimmy Collins is up. He's 1 for 4. He has flown out to right. He's reached on an error, singled, and popped up to second. And that's going to be hit down to second again, I believe. Yes, it is. 53 on an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be another error on Bishop, his 3rd error of the game. Cy Young's going to make it down the 3rd. And we got 1st and 3rd and 2 outs now. As the defense, a 4th error in this game, has not helped out the A's pitching staff at all. So Collins down at first. And Pete Rollins is up. And let's see here. Plus, no, he's not going nowhere. Pete's up. He's 0 for 4. He has struck out, reached on an error, grounded out the short, and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. And just like that, the bases are loaded. All this coming with 2 outs. And that brings up DiMaggio now. Dom's up with the bases juiced. And a 5-0 ball game. DiMaggio's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the second, popped up the second, walked in, struck out. And that's going to be hit into the right field. And that's Miller out there. That's probably going to be fielding column 3, and it is. And I bet you that's going to be another error. That's going to be a single in the right with 2 outs. Runners advance 2 bases. So single in the right. And that's going to be an error, and the runners are going to advance 2 bases. And the batter's going to make it to second on the error. So a single, an error on Miller. And 2-run score, and it's 7-0. And 2nd and 3rd now, and 2 outs for Ted Williams. And poor Ed is not getting no help, that's for sure. Ted is 0 for 3 today. He struck out, flown out the left, walked, flown out the left twice. Here's the pitch to Williams, and that's going to be against the righty. 18 on an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And DiMaggio is going to come around to score also. And just like that, it's 9-0, folks. All this coming with 2 outs in the air. So now you got a runner down at first, 2 outs. Jackie Jensen, who's hit the grand slam, is up to the plate. And here's the pitch to Jackie. And that's finally going to end the inning. Ed strikes him out, but not until the Red Sox add 5. Make this a 9-0 ball game. Cy Young comes out, try to complete this game. He's got a 2-hit shutout. He's got Baker, Fox, and Simmons due up. Baker's 0 for 3. He's flown out to center twice and to right. And that's going to be another fly ball out to right field. So he flew out to center and right twice. All 4 times he was out. That brings up Mr. Fox. He's 1 for 2 with a double today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes double X out. Now they're down to the last out, trailing by 9. Al Simmons is up. He is 0 for 3. Grounded out the first. Flew out the right and popped up the second. And that's going to be a 9-26. And that's going to do it, folks. That's a ground ball down to Pete. He takes his time, fires over to Freeman, and that's your ball game. Boston blows them out 9-0. Here's the box score. See what this is. This is probably about the grand slam. Young getting a shutout. Jensen with a grand slam. And Bishop committing 3 errors. And the A's committing a total of 5 errors. Take a look here at the box score. And the Red Sox, 9 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. The A's, no runs, 2 hits and 5 errors. Vern Stevens went 3 for 4. Jackie Jensen with the grand slam home run. And the Red Sox are 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Left 5 men on base. And the 2 hits was by Fox and Miller. And A's were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. And of course, they left all 4 on. They got shut out. Cy Young goes the distance, picks up his second win. 2 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Chief Bender goes to 1-1, picks up his first loss, goes 8 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, and gave up the grand slam. And Ed comes in, pitches an inning, gives up 4 hits, 5 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. Exactly, Clinton. These errors were costly. Like I say, costly, that's for sure. And that's your ball game, folks. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And the Yankees are a half a game up on the Indians. The Orioles and Senators are a game back. The Red Sox and Tigers are a game and a half back. The White Sox are 2.5 games back, and the A's are now 4 games back. And in the National League, you got the Pirates and Braves tied up. The Reds, Giants, and Cubs and Cardinals are a half a game back. The Dodgers and Phillies a game back. And Jack Tobin has taken over the batting lead, hitting .522 over Ted. You got Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth tied with 5 home runs. Ted Williams now has 13 RBIs. You got Gehrig, Ruth, and Simmons tied with 11. And in the National League, Paul Warner's got a .409 batting average. Hank Aaron with 4 home runs and 13 RBIs leading the league. And you got Mickey Hafner with no ERA leading the American League. And you got 4 pitchers with 2 wins. 3 pitchers with 2 saves. And in the National League, Bucky Waters with an 0.56 ERA. You got 5 pitchers with 2 wins, tied with 2 wins, 2 pitchers with 2 saves. And right now, Lou Gehrig's leading in the MVP voting. And Jack Chesbro's leading in the Best Pitcher Award in the American League. And Ed Delaney's leading in the MVP voting. And Dazzy Vance in the Best Pitcher Award. And let's see what the next game's going to be here in the Bats League. So that was the end of the 3-game series. So I think we're going to have a 1-game series between the Pirates and Cardinals. I think it's just a 1-game series. Yep, just a 1-game series between the Pirates and the Cardinals. That'll be the next game we got. I'm not sure who well, let's do something. Get rid of this. Not sure what the pitching matchup will be. See what they recommend, but I doubt it. We can probably look here. See here. I doubt if this will be correct. Howie against, let's look. We'll take a look here. See what the pitching matchup will be. Pirates and Cardinals. Let's see here. And it looks like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Go to schedule. Let's see here for the Cardinals. That's the Yankees. There's the Cardinals. So looks like it will be Bill pitching for the Cardinals. See who's going to pitch for the Pirates. And for the Pirates, let's look here. And it looks like it's going to be Mr. Alexander. No, it's going to be Howie. Howie's going to be pitching. So should be a pretty good matchup. There you go. Nothing wrong with that, Ken, buddy. Yep. So that'll be the next game, the Pirates Cardinals, just a 1-game series on the channel. That'll probably be sometime later today. Hell, it's only what, 3:30. So we'll probably be back later on here with that game. I want to thank Ken Castro and Clinton Parks for stopping by here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Philadelphia, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.